Hello, ladies, gents, and disciples of the twice-cursed moon. We return to Cultist Simulator, where Dr. Borden J. Peterson has found all kinds of enlightenment, and he is ready to attain the most amazing power ever conceived. It has occurred to me that I hold the key to power, and I will turn this key in the lock of enlightenment, and I will open the door, and I will find myself in the most amazingly powerful place in the entirety of the world, which is Jeff Bezos' office. Alright, let's do it. Let's continue the timers. We are talking, if you don't remember what happened. If you don't remember what happened, I'll tell you, this is a recap. I feel like this game needs a recap every episode. So every time that I start an episode, I'm going to, look at everything that we're doing. We are getting a commission from Count Jennings, a patron that we just contacted. We're also traveling the dreamscapes of the White Door all the time, constantly knocking at that door and trying to find a glimpse of greatness. We're still studying to make our lore of the winter much better. We already have one insight. I am sure that we have no trouble getting more insights, because we have plenty of the stuff, plenty of the good stuff. Hopefully it will not require glimmering, that is almost depleted. We're still working at the Institute. This is our very trusty source of income that never depletes, never happens. Some dark thoughts are plaguing my mind right now, but there is no dread to be consumed by these dark souls, and therefore the shadows shall not loom any further. And we are still adding to our library, because that is super important to expand our library. So let's do it. Carry on. Okay, we have Count Jennings has sent us a request. He requires a commission of edge. I don't have any edge lore, so that's not going to be. I am not an edge lord. Commission edge. The Count will pay for information of interest. This time he'd like whatever you can assemble on the practices of the edge. It took me a while to know what the hell you're supposed to do with the commissions, but now I understand it, thanks to that that playthrough that I had in between deaths. Once we're done working at the Institute, I can show you very easily. It's very simple. It's just a matter of figuring out. Once you figure it out, it is very easy to repeat it. So anyway, I don't have the lore to get any of these fools any further. So we're just going to keep going onto the streets, to places where the intellectual gather, to corners where the shadows might loom greater. All those places in the city where kindred spirits might join our cause. We found another tome, The Victory of Crowns. The erratic accounts by one Arun of the hunting and consumption of supposed immortals by shadowy cults of assassins, published in the late 19th century. An airplane is passing over my house. Hopefully it is not something you are listening to right now, but it's not. It must be like a faint buzz in your ear right now. Continue exploring. Do I want to? Yeah, let's find another. Might as well find another place to explore. Another low-level place to explore. Health? Oh, I have some sickness going on, alright. For truth, I probably should just keep that. But I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to go to the Lodge of the Saint Knight and get some erudition. Really should not be so greedy. I should just always grab the lore. Just grab the lore every time. In last night's dream, I was in the Lodge of the Sage Knight behind the White Door. It is difficult to remember exactly how I came there, and the mistress of the place, the one with the darker glasses, was nodding as if I had asked her a difficult question. Of course I hadn't. I lost my speech when I passed the White Door. How is it that I can speak? She said to me. I didn't come here through the White Door. I'm not proud of what... Oh, it's like a question, like a rhetorical question that she wants to answer herself. How is it I can speak? She asked me. I didn't come here through the White Door. I'm not proud of what I did to come here. So let me tell you about something else. Alright, so my erudition. Hopefully it will help out with the lore research that I'm doing right now. Back to the White Door you go. Yeah, bitch. Let's do that. Borden J. Peterson is going to be enlightened yet again. Despair was completely worthless to me. Okay, we got some money. I can show you what the commission works, how the commission works. It's very, very easy. I just don't have the lore for it. You put it right there. You use lore. Some commissions will require more lore than others. This one just needs a low level 1 lore, which I'm pretty sure is going to happen from the Victory of Crowns right there. And after they do that, you put as much reason as it requires, and they'll create a text that then you can send to this fella, Count Jennings. And that way, you will get a reward of sorts. There's a whole bunch of different rewards they can give you. Most of the times, it's going to be more Spintrea. I still need to look up how the hell you pronounce that. More of these tokens. Wonderful, wonderful tokens. Okay, more timers going on. More work has to be done. The Institute patients will not heal themselves. I must treat them. I must treat them to my particular brand of madness. We got an affliction right there. And this place... What? Who was exploring? Oh, we used a scrap to find another place. St. Agnes. Is that how you pronounce that? St. Agnes Hospital. They did good work here once. Certainly there were a few too many amputations. But then there are individuals one would prefer not to walk the city streets. I can see the point of that. That's why I cut off my son's legs, because he was really pissing me off going out and sleeping around. That's why he's now caged in the basement. So I can totally relate. Give me more books. I think I'm going to just go on an expedition and see what happens. If we lose a few things, well, that's the fun of the game. We're going to go and do it. I don't want restlessness. This gives me contentment. Before that's what happened. Let's go to the Lodge of the Sage Knight and see whether there's contentment over here. No, there's not. Okay, it's completely random. Very happy to find that out. It is entirely random. You just click a thing. You might get something good. You might not. I recall my dream. This was the Lodge of the Blue Silk, flapping in the winds of the bounds at the Mansus Edge. And here was its mistress, who welcomed me as she welcomes all travelers. Company's nice, she confided, but I still miss my Christopher. 10 years! 10 years and not enough. Not enough of that penis. But we could not have been long together, not without touching each other. And you know what occurs when a man long lies with a long woman? Is this code for pygmies and giantesses? Or perhaps you don't. I hope you don't. I won't tell you just in case. I will give you a tiny lift. I am a very long man. You look like a very long woman. Let's find out what happens when my length touches your length. It will be fantastic. Anyway, we got a glimmering. Yay. Hopefully it will be used by the research, maybe. It will not feel freaking pointless. And we're going to cure this affliction. I don't have vitality, so we'll have to use money. Really don't want to stick around with that affliction. Some restlessness is there that will turn to despair. Hopefully it will not be something that will piss me off. And we have found a collection of poetry with which we can get more passion if we get another glimmering, which would be good. Would be fantastic. A human corpse, that's right. This human corpse has happened because I had this prisoner I did nothing with. Dorothy, go find me the streets in moonlight. Maybe we can get more glimmerings that way. Because, you know, all my studying is just not happening right now. Who are you? Level 5 knock. You know what? I do want this guy. I want this guy. Because we're going to use him in an expedition. I found someone whom I might pay to enact regrettable necessities. I'm good with doors. I don't have a knock disciple for being a cult of the knock. I don't have a disciple with freaking knock ability, so very upsetting. Okay, we have found another idiot that will come to our cause. Laidlaw, an acquaintance. Very happy to find you, Laidlaw. Laidlaw is a tinker and a mechanic with an uncanny knack. I am ready to just accept him and cult right away. We have passed all the rites of passage. You have been hazed. You have been doused with tar and feathers. You have been lashed. A giant hairbrush has been stuck up your anus. Everything is done. Now we can all have fun together. Let's do it. Do it! The ragged lore. I've increased my mastery of the ragged lore, which we call by its aspect, winter. This pleases me. Very happy to see this. A white met ceremony. When I speak it, my lips don't crisp with frost. Each time, this is surprising. Alrighty. Level 2. Winter. Important stuff to upgrade that lore. Anyway, now that the study is open, glimmering is still there, so we're going to study some passion. We're going to get another point of passion. Fantastic stuff. Some notoriety going on over there. I recoup my health. We got a little bit of restlessness. Not happy to get that out of freaking moth aspect. That is bullshit. And back to the way of the white door with you. Health. There you are. Alright. We have a brand new, wonderful cultist. He is of the Forge. Late Law has begun to understand the limitations of ingenuity and the power of sacrifice. You sacrifice yourself to my cause. You will not sacrifice any of my stuff to your shenanigans. You are in service of myself. You scumbag. Alright. I could go and try to find someone else. Let's do it. I only have believers. I really need to... I need some more of that knock aspect. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just see if we can get more money. See if we can get more upgraded dudes. We got this idiot. An entry consultant. Let's do it. Let's go to the Strathcoin's residence. The house of Mr. Strathcoin. A collector of rare objects. Strathcoin will not sell his treasures, but sufficiently cunning and accomplished might gain entry. We have a dude with a level 5 knock. Hopefully, he'll be able to open doors. We're going to send him. He's going to be the assistant. I don't want some hireling to be the leader of the expedition. That makes no sense. So we can send him and somebody that also has a stealthy aspect. There you go. So Muff. Of course, we're going to spend as much money as necessary to see this expedition Beginning expedition, Strathcoin collection. Mr. Strathcoin has forbidden entry to his library. Unfortunate. Let's see what we can do about that. Okay. Might as well go out and bring another idiot. Maybe we can find another patron. Continue speaking outside. We want... This is... You need to recognize immediately. This is a really bad situation right here. We have two restlessnesses that are going to turn into despair. I mean, to dread. So this already spells 3 dread are coming up. Immediately after we do this, we're going to get some contentment out of our dreams. Otherwise, we might fail this thing. So right away, we're going to make absolutely certain. All right, we got that passion. I don't think through studying we want to do anything with. We're going to get any contentment out of it. So might as well do this. There's another glimmering right there. There we go. Immediately, we're going to see if we can... Yeah, the moment that this timer is up, we're going to get some... Use some money to get some drugs. Unless we get it out of here. Nope. Always go for the lore. Just grab the lore. The scratch of the nails you see. Last night I read one of those memories. Yeah, we have seen that before. Don't need to read it again. The way to the door. Use money to buy drugs. And have some contentment. Some ephemeral, superficial contentment, but is so important. I mean, I could also dream with this contentment and get rid of some of this dread. That is also a thing that can happen. Anyway, the expedition has happened. There is nowhere to enter. It's just people. God damn it. Our expedition plans for the next challenge. It'll consume funds. I can have funds now, or I could send another follower. Watchers, mortals, perhaps even ordinary mortals, but quite a number of them. They can be fought, seduced, or deceived. So, deceived, I believe the aspect of moth is what will deceive them. I do have another moth person right here. Is there anybody else with moth? I don't think so. I don't think so. So, sending Sylvia as well to the expedition will give me a 70% chance of deceiving these pieces of garbage. I thought for sure it would be having to destroy a door, you know, going through a barred door. So not very happy to find that. If we fail against those dudes, we might lose every single one of our followers there. Oh, some more restlessness. That's bad. I need to manage this immediately. This cannot stand. Okay, collect all that. So we're going to need some money to get some contentment. Okay, what happens here? Awake, awake! They're upon us! That way, quickly! Sylvia and Isabet are implanting these people with a wrong notion of where I have been, so that way I can deflect them. We don't want to sink any more of these people, of my followers, into this expedition, because they will murder one of my guys if this fails. Having a 7, that probably gives me a 70% chance of succeeding, so we're just going to let that happen. Okay, we got that contentment right there. Can you counter that dread? Get this dread away from the despair. Hopefully it will get pulled, the contentment will get pulled in there. Let's see what happens. No, don't do that! God damn it, okay. What we'll do, this is going to become restlessness as well. It's not trivial, because now we have 4. This will take 39. Get another contentment. No, we need to use this contentment right away. There you go. We need to use this because it will expire before this timer is done. There you are, 60 seconds. And we might have to cut it really close. Okay, what happened here? An adversary is asking for... Oh, this is that asshole trying to use my notoriety. Scumbags, everything's coming. Oh, everything's collapsing. A likely deception. Hopefully it will work out. Using my mystique. Mystique only prolongs the thing. It doesn't... It's not any kind of... It's not any kind of actual final evidence. I'm more than what I was. Well, I will be a lot less if I get taken by freaking despair. I don't think there's anything I can do study, though. Because I might actually get more dread if I dream with... if I study reason. No. Studying has nothing to do with that. So there's no reason to anything other than to learn Sanskrit now. Actually, no. I would like to get some edge lore right away. The assassins are, according to Arun, the agents of a power called the Coronel, a soldier of the secret masters. The accounts to go all the way back to Roman times. Okay, good. Some studying there. I am displeased. What's happened? Their bewilderment is our opportunity. We'll pass in silent secrecy. This pleases me greatly. We have deceived the Watchers. We can carry on to our rewards. Alright, so but this is a real problem now. I think I have... Yeah, some dread there. I think I have the way to stop it. Stop spawning things. Stop with the restlessness. Stop it. Oh, how annoying. Maybe we can... since I'm getting an acquaintance, we can use this restlessness or the dread as trappings. So that way, we can get rid of some of this. It's awful. Some more money. There you are. Back to work. It's okay though. It's okay. Everything's fine. What's happened here? Treasures lie before us. We are successful in our expeditions, but it could all be for naught. A third point of dread is going to go up there. So immediately I need this. I need contentment. We can learn from it. Oh, no, I didn't want a patron, you dumbass. For one time, I wanted a fool that I could use trappings on. Populous cells. I don't care about you. I don't care about you. Let's talk to her. See what happens. My dear, I've been wanting to talk to you. Sometimes I found scholars of the invisible arts. I'd like to offer you my support, a substantial contribution, and all you need to do someday is to introduce me to someone else who lends matters properly. She smiles benignly. I had passion to accept, or reason to interrogate her further. I know what... I have seen this lady before. I know what her deal is. I will accept. I give you my consent, lady. Boink. I accept Poppy's offer. Yes, that's exactly right. I'll come back tonight. She gives me money. She gives me all kinds of money. She funds me. She's a good benefactor. Anyway, we have our despair situation here. I think I got it under control, though. We're going to get some contentment out of that. Victory of the crowns by Arun. Arun's scholarship is dubious, but she writes pithily. Incidents of sudden and violent death are interspersed with aphorisms. Hours don't dream. Long try not to. Long. This is like a type of person, isn't it? Like that lady in Dreams. She was talking about long people, long men and long women. So I don't know what the deal there is. It's the Anunnaki, I'm telling you. Anyway, study. We can now learn Sanskrit. Do it. What you got? Erudition. Better than freaking restlessness. Scumbag. So freaking disappointed. But hopefully this contentment will keep it under control. Strathcoin's treasures. We're going to get some stuff. Strathcoin's cozy sanctum. A fire smolders in the grate. Glass cases display hard-won trinkets. We must seize what we can quickly. Strathcoins may already have telephoned the police. We're going to get some notoriety out of that. That is upsetting. But it's okay. It's okay. So everything's fine. Everything's fine. With that contentment, we're going to counteract. We're going to continue spending all of our money on contentment. Constantly. Man, we're getting a lot of these random additions. I don't know why. It's like, maybe when you get high counters of dread, the game starts spawning these to see what it can do to help you. Or, you know, it's like your mind goes into overdrive. And it tries to throw everything at the wall, see what sticks. Anyway, we're going to see if we can work into this commission. We need a knife secret. When our ancestors forged swords, taught the arts of martial movement, spoke curses on the eve of battle, all these things shared certain patterns. Coolio. Put some reasoning there. Write a brief treatise of on the edge principle. This may be useful for a commission. Do it. 60 seconds of work. The easiest essay I ever wrote. 60 seconds. Strathcoin's treasures. Out into the night. We escape unseen, but the next day there are reports of a fire at Strathcoin's. Did someone knock a live coal on the hearthrug? To the hearthrug? Or did Strathcoin destroy the place himself as part of some larger scheme? He was a madman, and he was caught. He was caught strangling a cat, and in his rage, he decided to get rid of all the evidence. Okay, we actually were successful. We get 4 thingies. The Wayne Scott Histories, a subtitled Stories from Behind the Walls. Stories from Behind the Walls. A miscellany of non-traditional histories compiled by William Gore, introducing battles not generally acknowledged and countries which appear on no map, told in a playful, apparently fictional manner. Neato. The Gospel of Zacchaeus. A lost early Christian text. Is in Greek. We shall translate it shortly. The irreproachable traditions of the Society of the Noble Endeavor in Latin. There's some erudition right here. This is super duper top choice tomes that will give me good stuff. And some stained gloves. What uses have these known? What lessons might they teach my hands? It is a tool. A sword does not kill. Is an instrument of the hand of the killer. Seneca the Younger. It's a tool with aspect of for grail. We can use in places. Let's just call it that. All right. Find me the places by moonlight. Find me those places so that we can hopefully get some contentment out of them. Alright, so contentment goes in there, counteracts the 3rd token. There's another contentment, 59 seconds. It will counteract the next. Although there's some dread here as well. So maybe I should just dream it away. Perhaps I should dream it away. Well, no, what we're going to do is dream again. It's only 30 seconds. It's only 30 seconds. And with that contentment, we're going to get rid of this dread. And hopefully we'll be back in our path to sanity. Alright, what you got in here? Glimmering. Fine. I'll accept it. Anyway, our patron has given us a accumulation of things. A tiny packet of tiny treasures. A gift from Poppy. She'll see me again in the Season of Rags. For me to make the introduction I promised. The Season of Rags, otherwise known as her period. Silver Spintria. Initiates of the hidden world use Spintria to pay for services. They can easily be sold for more traditional funds. Silver Spintria are more valuable and usually display scenes of debauchery on the reverse side. Oh man, my favorite kind of scene. Debauchery, yeah. And we also get 10 funds. Sweet deal. Give me that money. Totally worth it. Oh man, my wife is calling. It's time to. I'll be right back. My immersion. Oh, all right, let's see if we can talk to somebody else. We are working on that assignment right now. We do have... No, we don't... yeah, we want to see if we can get another idiot to get rid of some of this garbage as trappings. I mean, I think that we got it under control. We did have to use a lot of our money. But it worked out. All right, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I want out of this Street Strange by Moonlight. It's just 2 items, not a whole bunch of stuff. There's just 2 things. I want more contentment, and I want that aspect of knock. Either of those will be fantastic to have. Let's get that notoriety further down. By the way, where's yeah, my scumbag of a rival? It is pissing me off. All right, we now know Sanskrit. So many words, such little time. I'll keep my reference works close at hand. Neato. We can now translate this thing that has been with us for so long. And it's purple. We want these 2 right here. We are very much interested in purple. I want all of the purple. So let's do it. This despair, man. It's just giving me such troubles. Okay, with this contentment... Actually, we'll leave the longer one there. We're going to dream of this dread. We're going to use contentment to get rid of that dread. This is how you deal with crises. I'm so happy that I saw it happening instead of being surprised by it. Sometimes it will just catch you off guard. But thankfully, I recognized the problem before it became an actual dire problem that we would have died from. Commission the Edge. We get a brief discussion of Edge, your own work in manuscript form. Now we can, once this is done, we can talk to Count Jennings and send him our garbage. So back to this, to the Institute with you. With there, that gets counter, more contentment for you. Visions are annoying. Where were you when I had 20 piles of dread? You piece of trash. What do we have? Another glimmering. We have 3 glimmering piled up. But I want contentment, I want knock. So I am continuing to do that. Ah, there, here you go. In the season of rags, otherwise known as her period, Poppy will return. And she will ask a terrible price. The Encircling Tantra has been translated. The explorer entrepreneur T. Everett Duplantis once attempted to plunder the temple where this text was held. His fate is recorded in an appendix. They extirpated his appendix and then made him eat it. That is exactly what it means. Not that there is a side section of the tome that explains. It speaks of the serpent. The Encircling Tantra speaks of the serpent gate, that hungry portal, sometimes known as the spider's door, which is sacred to the mother of ants, through which the great hooded princess pass. This all very, very obscure lore. I really do like, though, like, I'm sure in Alexis Kenny's head this makes sense. And these are all things that exist in this world. Perhaps by the time I am done with this game, I'll know exactly which each of these things are. But for now, though, this is all word salad to me. So let's just study that stuff. Another bit of despair. Dispatched. We need 1 more to be able to get rid of it all. It was dire straits there for a moment. Hey, there's some contentment. Well, now we're going to have more than we need. I would like to continue exploring these places, though, because it is very important to get those higher level disciples. Some more money. Back to the work you go. Contentment right there. Contentment is just pouring into my mouth right now. It's so silly. It's feast or famine with this thing. Okay, finally we have made another acquaintance. Mystique. The Watchman's Secret. This goes all the way over here. The lore is kind of getting out of control, but it's alright, we'll manage. And we have found Eldridge, an acquaintance. An elegant man of inelegant habits. He is kind of a brute. Alright, well, I might just leave him there as an acquaintance for the time that we want to get rid of something upsetting. Pretty sure you cannot use notoriety. That would be nice to be able to use it, but certainly cannot do it. I'm just going to wait to see if we get that aspect of knock. Certainly don't need this contentment anymore. We have gone through the crisis. So back to the way of the white door you go. There you are. We love it. Love that place. Hey, what'd you do? Oh, you made some tentative evidence, you scumbag. I'm certain that my adversary has lodged a copy of their notes elsewhere. With their solicitor, with their superior, or even with the contact with the press. This is troubling. Troubling indeed. Troubling indeed. We need to... Oh, this is open right now. Okay, we didn't get the aspect of knock. So back to the streets you go. And for the time being... Let's see. A suitable follower. Where are you? Aspect of moth. One of you guys is. I forget which one. Isabeth, that's right. Isabeth, I have some business for you. Let us gather in our abandoned paper mill. There's this evidence. I need you to disappear. My scheme will most likely succeed. There's always a chance that something will go awry. I have this piece of evidence by this stupid Spencer Hobson. You must get rid of it. The fate of the cult depends on you. It all rests on your shoulders. Do not fail me. The encircling Tantra. The Tantra includes an invocation but cautions helpfully that the invocation is of insufficient power to reach the Serpent Gate from the Hunter's Gate. Wonderful. A road which has no destination is itself a destination. It has helpfully. A consent of wounds. This is a level 6 knock. Oh, this pleases me. Knockgasm right there. Continue studying and we'll translate another aspect of purple aspect from Greek to English. Do that. More timers passing, yes indeed. This pleases me a lot. Everything's great. This cult is all fantastic. Not happy to find this fascination. I am determined to find what I want in those glimmering streets of nonsense. Give me all that money. Back to work with you. Stop moving my actions around. You are not noise. What do you have? No restlessness. Glimmering. Alright. Another glimmering. 4 glimmering right there. Not terribly useful right this moment. Alrighty. Keep on going. Despair is going to finally go away. At last. Despair abates. Back to the knife, to the place. That is aspect of winter. Don't really care for it. Let's go to the orchard lights. Every time I pick the wrong one, entering the white door. The invisible arts, Christopher Ilopoli is said to have remarked, are as profitable as macrame, as ethical as tobacco smuggling, and as something that you have already read, so I don't need to read it anymore. Okay, we have dreamed once more of wonderful, wondrous things. Back to the dreamland you go. I am ready. I am ready. God damn it, stop with the fascination. So sick of it. Gotta keep an eye on it. Bad things can happen. I'll leave that fascination mount, as we all know. Hey, you got some vitality out of some random bull crap. My mini has returned. The evidence has been destroyed. I'm a little safer. Well done, Isabeth. You please me greatly. You get #1 position for the blowjobs. Let's see. Let's talk to Count Jennings. I have a commission for you, fella. I have what was requested. I can give it to you immediately. We have also translated the Gospel of Zacchaeus, an extremely heterodox account of the Nazarene Messiah and his works, describing his ascension to Damascus through the opening of his body. He took a knife, plunged it into his ribcage, went all the way down to his belly button, and he opened himself to Damascus. Damascus took his entrails and ate every single bit of that gross spectacle. All these scholars need to get out of the way. We're going to study that right away. We want more aspect of knock. That is what I care about. 7 were the wounds of his body. 7 the doors of the house. 7 the lesser aspects of the hours. And knock the aspect above all. For the mother of ants is the mother of salvation. Things are starting to make a little bit more sense. And that I find that slightly disturbing. How the ramblings of the madman Starting to make a little bit of sense. I've received the currency of the secret world, and my patron has the tantalizing information slip. We got a little bit of erudition. We get some mystique out of that. I'm not pleased with that. My patron is now on cooldown. He will come back with another commission later on. We still don't have the aspect of knock, which annoys me. Another glimmering. Stop it! Back to pollution with you go. I really would like to have it. I don't think there's anything I want to do with these people just yet. I guess I could make another disciple, but, you know, I don't want to be in a situation again where I have this... Hey, we can use fascination for trappings. That's what we're going to do. So, society, Eldritch, fascination. Off you go, fascination, you're scum. And, of course, the aspect of knock. To induct Eldritch as a believer. Give me that money. Back to work. Funds 18. I really need to start spending them. Having all this money. I'm no banker. I'm no scum. Trying to... Oh, this is great, actually. Finally, we get some restlessness, which becomes dread, which will be something that I want. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I don't want this restlessness in a million years. There. Hey, a subtle fracture. I was looking for this with the other thing. But now, we found it through the freaking manses. Last night, in the great pavilion above the great sprawl of the bounds, a woman who once called herself Teresa Galmier sat on a gilt-fringed cushions. Gilt-fringed cushions. Sat on a gilt-fringed cushions. I needed to reread it several times to make sure that is indeed a typo. It is the first typo I've read. What has it been? 30,000 words in this game. Very first typo. It is like extremely polished text. First time we see a typo in this game. That is impressive to have such a well-polished work that only one typo in all the reading that we have done. And offer me a horn cup of dream wine. The one is imaginary, she explained, but the cup is not. To navigate the manses, one must understand the distinction. Perhaps one day you'll join me on the pilgrimage, or I'll join you. So here, let us share a secret. And the breath tickled my ear. So fracture is fantastic. Finally, we got that. It shall be used. What is happening right now? Oh, we are getting that done. Back to the dreams with you. I'd like to find more lore, please. We have more contentment. Please. I mean, I don't need any more. I mean, I do need it. I want to have several so we can have several disciples going on. Alright, you got this back. Eldritch is now with me. Eldritch has almost learned not to pick his teeth with his knife in conversation. He has not yet learned to leave his knife in his boot. We'll teach him yet. Or rather, maybe we don't want him to. Maybe we want him to be as violent as possible. That sounds to me like a person of edge. Yes, indeed. We want this man. We want him dearly. There you go. We're going to stab him right in the eye if he doesn't do what he wants. What we want. Awesome. The book includes a description of a rite which can be used to raise a corpse to half-life. In memory of he who bled for the wood, it requires a corpse of insufficient power. The author suggests an invocation of winter lore and an assistant touched by the powers of the wood, which is moth. Rite of the Mother's Mercy. And a second bit of lore right there. This rite, on the other hand, this rite shall be used. It shall be used plentifully and with much, much delight. The assistance is offered in sacrifice to the mother of ants. But the mother knows healing as well as poison, and she will be merciful, accepting the substitute of a lesser offering, usually. The experience is not reassuring for the assistant. It's alright, everything will be just fine. Let's continue studying. I immediately want to upgrade my knock lore. Immediately. And we have some glimmering, right? We have some glimmering, some erudition. We have a good chance to get this. Their incantation of unseeming, where the space between the words is as potent as the actual syllables. When a thing is opened, we will know its nature. Neato. Alright. 41 minutes. Let's push this to 45. I'm having a great time right now. Everything's coming. We solved the horrible crisis. This is working to be another crisis. More contentment. But it should be fine. Should be just fine because we have some dread stored right there. Some more fascination though will be very, very dangerous. We do have some dread, so 2 points of fascination will be really bad. Really need to watch out. Give me that money. Oh, jeez. This timer is now on. Continue working. Oh no, I could have used the right. Nah, that'll be next. The season of rags. The sun in rags has come. A friendly visit from Poppy. This is the time, my dear. The sun in rags requires his conclusion. Will it be you? Or do you have a friend? It is the empty space which makes the bowl useful. Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu! Poppy comes back and says, give me an innocent soul. Or give me a soul. If we don't have somebody, we will have to be sacrificed ourselves. But I have a sturdy disciple. Off you go, sturdy disciple. Nice knowing ya. What a loyal friend you have here. Do say goodbye now. I will miss you, sturdy disciple, of which I never learned the name. Feels good. Feels good to throw away my minions like they're garbage. We got some... I want this aspect of winter. I'm going to keep it. Going to put it right there next to the work. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I don't know if I can use it, actually, but we're going to keep it there. I don't know if I'll be able to use it with this right. I don't think I can use the aspect, though. I might not be able to. We'll see. Back to dreams with you. I don't think I have anything. Actually, I might have the answer to the riddle now. Oh, but the lore is now being currently used, so never mind. Back to the dreaming. Off you go into dreamland. Hey, the subtle fracture. We're going to have another disciple. Once this is over, I don't know what's happening right now. Oh, we ascended one of these fellas. Elrich is waiting patiently until it's time to knife someone again. He is ever so delightful. Love this guy. Alright, another ceremony. Another subtle fracture spent. And we're going to promote. What do we want? Here we have Forgeman. Here we have Dorothy that's already been ascended. Another aspect of Moth. You know what? I think we want 2 Moth persons. Moth people. 2 Moth people. And that is because that gives me 100% chance of succeeding if the two of them are in an expedition where Moth is required. So I think that is super helpful. Off you go. To make me proud. Studying has been more lore. The lintel is light. The task has been more of my attention. My efforts are paying off. It requires some reason to get some insight. Alright, so this is good. Now the dread will come in there. Okay, give me that money. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this... By the way, some glimmering. Okay. Just let's leave this alone for the time being. Really need to spend my money. Oh, that's right. There's an affliction. I really should have been watching out for that. What you got? My follower is gone. I remain. Papilla Seals is seen here and there. She may have more to say to me. A chilly atmosphere. She leaves us with aspect of winter. And now we have another patron that will give us commissions. An amiable woman of property. She'd like your help with something, eventually. Alright, so let's see. See if we can get a rite going right here. So here's another rite. This rite requires different things. Each rite can be used for many purposes. Indeed. The offer is sacrifice. We already read that. So okay, so we have an... Oh man, I don't have the lore available. But can I use... Nah, you can't use trappings for this one. It's upsetting. Anyway, the offering would be one of these things. Probably not going to be used right now then. Invocation. This takes lore. It will not be spent. It simply takes. Simply uses it. What happens if I put some winter in here? Winter is the aspect of silence, of endings, and of those things that are not entirely dead. If I add knock, I might be able to attempt a summoning. If I add lantern, I can attempt a foolish, beautiful magic. Assistant. You can have any one of these fellas, and their aspect will dictate what will happen. What happens if I use Moth? Infuse a corpse with the power of the ring you? With a little more winter aspect, and a little more Moth, and a corpse, I might create a cunning servant. So probably that's the offering. I don't have a corpse right now, unfortunately. I don't have them stored anywhere. My nice store of corpses is depleted right now. That's very upsetting. But if I have better winter lore, if I have better moth lore, I'll be able to get a corpse going. But that's not the only thing that can happen. You can also use some more winter maybe. And then you use... I don't know. See, if I use winter, let's see, lantern. The end is beautiful. With at least 5 winter and 1 lantern, I could beseech the hour of endings, the sun in rags, to destroy someone, but not someone in particular. The sun in rags alone will choose. It's like, okay, kill somebody. I don't care who it is. I just want to see blood. I probably would advise against that particular right, but for now, I just don't have the... Actually, let's see if we can use... What happens when I use this? Summoning something forges the aspect that transforms and destroys. If I had knock, I might be able to attempt a summoning. If I had grown decrepit, and if I had grail, perhaps I could renew my body. I don't have knock right now because it's all being used, but knock is needed for summoning. I'm very happy that I have plenty of that lore. One way or another, probably we're going to do another expedition soon. Maybe I'll get another tome, although I have plenty of stuff to study. For now, back to the Institute with you. We're probably going to explore St. Agnes Hospital. Maybe I'll just... let's just find a next level expedition with a furtive truth. Odd nooks remain in the quiet countryside, here and there, for those who know where to look. You can uncover sites in the shires that feature in the histories. Alright, we're going to leave that timer going. That way, when we come back, we'll be able to know exactly what we're doing every single timer. Having a great time so far. Slowly advancing towards my nefarious goals. Hopefully you are enjoying our slow ascent, or I guess descent, into depravity. There will be far more to come. Far more horrible things that shall be enacted in the name of power. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, do not tempt the manses with foolish endeavors.